Accounting interface in UniResMan is among the strongest of any system on the planet. I can give a simple example of one of the ways our system differentiates from others. When we set up our GL accounts, here's an example, the folio clearing account. This is the net amount that's owed to you or from you for all the open reservations in your system. So there's a single control account that has the net amount. This is typically in the accounts receivable section if it's an accounts receivable, and in the unearned income if you're holding deposits. When we go to set the GL account up, this is the GL account in your accounting system, okay? I can press this Finder button and it opens up a Finder inside the accounting system's general ledger. In this case, the general ledger account master file listing the account, the description, and so on. And I can scroll up and down through the accounts and pick the actual GL account in the other system. Now, if this was a live presentation, I'd have one of my assistants hold up a sign that said, "Ooh!" This is a really big deal. We're sitting here in the UniResMan application, we press a Finder button, and it browses data inside another application. Nobody else is able to do that kind of stuff unless it's their own accounting system. And we, of course, are connecting to industry standard accounting systems that are well known and common in the marketplace. So that's one example where it differentiates, having a Finder to find your GL accounts. And we have a GL account for every single charge that you make, every payment that you make, all have GL account codes. For the accounts receivable and accounts payable interfaces, we're able to connect agents, let's say tour companies like Amex, up to a supplier inside the accounting company. So inside the accounting database. So in UniResMan we have an agent which is a tour company, and we're able to have a Finder here to select who they are inside the vendor file inside the accounts payable, so that the interface will pass commission payments. In this case here, we're doing a 10% commission, and we're passing those commissions through to accounts payable for payment in the accounting system. So UniResMan will calculate the commissions, hand the accounts payable invoice across to the correct vendor, and accounts payable will look after issuing the check, the bank reconciliation, and all the rest of it. We can also, of course, do the same sort of things for accounts receivable. In this case here, we're able to connect it up to an accounting customer. So in the case of Expedia here, we're going to be charging Expedia. Rather than pay them commissions, we sell them at a wholesale rate, and we have to bill them. So here the Finder opens up inside the company file, the customer file inside the accounting system, and we pick the appropriate customer. Again, it links up directly. So if you have a corporate account and the collection is done through accounts receivable, UniResMan will pass an invoice across to accounts receivable for collections there. Now, if you're doing your collections inside UniResMan at the front desk, then we use the City Ledger report there instead of passing it across to AR. So you have a choice of where the collections are being made. The General Ledger interface is quite different than most interfaces. We actually post a batch or a journal entry directly into the accounting system. In the Process Night Audit movie, we showed batch number 12, 22, 23, and 24 being posted into the accounting system. You can review that movie to see it. If we hop across to the accounting system to take a look, in this case, I'm connected to ACPAC, a well-known accounting system. If I look at the batch listing in the general ledger, we'll see those batches are in here, batch number 1223, batch 12, 22, 23, and 24, and they're marked ready to post. So all that I have to do, the only step that's left for me to do when I have the accounting interface to ACPAC turned on is post the batches. This works for a batch-oriented system. If you have a system that doesn't have batches, then a general ledger, a journal entry is produced instead of a batch, and it's directly posted, and there is no extra step involved. Very powerful, operationally very, very strong, no exports and imports, no rekeying. The data appears right inside the database. Now, don't worry, we have a full set of audits to help you, a folio audit to show what's moving across, a full set of audit reports. We have a document that describes the T accounts and how the transactions flow. So you won't lose control of things, but you can watch how the transactions flow from your front office to your back office seamlessly and error-free. It's a great time saver. It frees up your accounting staff to do accounting instead of bookkeeping.